Dang. Hello. We'll start in a couple minutes like normal. So give it like 5 minutes and then we'll start. I'm just sending out the notifications to people. And so 4 minutes from now, we will be starting at the 5-minute mark like we normally do. So hope you guys are excited. We have 2.5 minutes left until we actually start. And
Maybe we'll.
okay. So we've got a good amount to talk about today. And I hope you guys are ready for this. We got NBA. We have 35 seconds. We have 30 seconds to go. But we have a lot to talk about. We have the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, MLB. We have that video that I dropped yesterday. I did tell you guys I would drop it, and I did drop it, and you guys are making that video explode. And we have talk about the Celtics, the Duke Blue Devils. Got a lot to talk about. We have 5 seconds to be live. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to KBM Sports Talks. I'm Kevin, and it is Friday, June 4th, 2021. And now the show has started. Let's get into talking about our first subject, which is we got NBA. We got 2 games that happened yesterday that were on the brink of 2 games that could be eliminating 2 very good teams. One is the reigning NBA champions, the Los Angeles Lakers. But we will not get into the Lakers one yet. That one's we'll have a lot of discussions to talk about that one. So we're going to right now get into the Nuggets versus the Trailblazers game first. And this game, going into this, the Denver Nuggets were up in the series 3-2, and the Trailblazers were trying to force a game 7. Will the Trailblazers be able to force the game 7? We'll have to wait and see. It's kind of laggy. Is it still laggy? Am I laggy still? How is it? Is it getting better? It says I'm fine though. It doesn't say anything about connection though. That's a first. Literally doesn't. It's not telling me. Better or yeah. I think maybe it was just my mic too. My mic is weird. It's this little thing. Alright. Could have been just the mic too. Ooh. Let me turn on to that so it's not as loud. Okay, but let's get back into this. So we got the Denver Nuggets going up against the Portland Trailblazers. Portland Trailblazers have to win this or they will be going home. Well, technically they already are home, so they won't have to go far. But it seemed like in the first quarter, the Trailblazers wanted this game badly. They're up going into the end of the first quarter. It was 33-29, and going into halftime, the Trailblazers were still up. They are up by 4 right there. They're up by 7 going into half. But the things change going into the end of the third quarter. Well, not really, because the Trailblazers were still up. They are only up by 3 going into the fourth quarter. And this is where everything went wrong. They only scored 14 in the fourth quarter. The Trailblazers did only score that many points. And the Denver Nuggets scored 28. You guys been keeping up with what I was saying. It seems just like you guys already know. The Denver Nuggets beat the Portland Trailblazers 126-115 to eliminate the Portland Trailblazers from the playoffs. And the Denver Nuggets move on to play against whoever wins the series with the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns. And what a series that we had with the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trailblazers. What a great series. I cannot lie to you. It was probably one of the best series, I think, this year in the playoffs. My bad. I think it was one of the best playoff series in the whole playoffs compared to, I think number 1 is probably going to have to be probably not the Celtics, just kidding. The Mavericks versus Clippers is a great series too. And then let's see what people did. Let's see how good people were. We got Aaron Gordon with 33 minutes. He did really well for shooting. He was 4 for 8, so that's 50% for field goals. Really good. 2 for 2 from 3, so he's 100%. 3 for 4 from free throws. He had 13 points. He had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 turnover. That's a great game for him. Then we go to Michael Porter Jr. This is all Nuggets. I'm sorry, I forgot to say this is the Nuggets. When Michael Porter Jr. had 34 minutes played, he had 26 points, 1 turnover. He had 1 steal, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. They are all defensive rebounds. He had no offensive rebounds. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oops. Click down. And we go to Jokic, the Joker. He had 36 minutes played. He had 36 points. So that means every single minute he had a point that he played in. Every single minute that he played. Every single minute Jokic played was he scored at least 1 point. But if you think about it, he only had 8 free throws, so that's 8 points right there. And he made every single one of them. He was 8 for 8. He was 2 for 4 from the three-pointer and 13 for 22 for field goals. He had 3 fouls, but he had 5 turnovers. That is not good. He's got to lower that number down. And then he had 1 steal. He had 6 assists and 8 rebounds. And for the bench, we had Jay Green have 10 points, but he also had 1 steal and he had 9 rebounds. And then we had Morris go off from the bench with 33 minutes played. He had 22 points, 1 turnover. That's it. 3 steals, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. What a game for him. And now let's see what's going on. And an amazing thing is that the Nuggets shot over 50% with field goals. My bad, you guys, if I keep drinking a little bit more of my... So now we go see what's going on with the Trailblazers. And we have Lillard with 28 points in 43 minutes. Yeah, the most minutes out of everybody played. But he struggled from 3 today. Or yesterday. He struggled with a lot yesterday. It seemed like he wasn't his game. He was 8 for 20 from the... And him and McCollum both struggled. They were Lillard was 8 for 20 for field goals, 3 for 11 for three-pointers. He was great at the line, 9 for 9. McCollum was 9 for 21 for field goals, 2 for 8 from the three-point, and 1 for 2 on field free throws. So not the best job for both of them. Let's see, Lillard had 28 points. He had 5 turnovers. That's not good. 2 steals. He had 13 assists, though, and 4 rebounds. Not the best game for him, but still, if this was not Damian Lillard, this would be a great stat line if it wasn't Damian Lillard. And then we go to McCollum. He had 21 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 block, and he only had 1 turnover, but he had 5 personal fouls. And now let's see what's been going on with Nurkic. He had 13 points. He had 5 turnovers. So that's 10 turnovers with him and Lillard. That's not good if I'm a player. You do not want that at all. But, hey, stuff happens sometimes. And Nurkic, he had 13 points, 2 assists, 7 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He had 5 turnovers and 5 fouls. So, a game that he was pretty much struggling, kind of. And now we go see what's going on with the bench. And Carmelo Anthony had 23 minutes off the bench. He had 14 points, 1 block, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. So he had a pretty good game. The Trailblazers shot 50.6% from field goals. They were 90.9% for free throws. And they were 41.7% for threes. So the Denver Nuggets close out the series. And like I said they would, nobody believed me yesterday when I said I would do it. Everyone was saying the Trailblazers are going to probably pull off Game 6 and force a Game 7. Well, I said they weren't going to move on, and I was right. Let me see. Let's see. Where is that? I'm trying to find the prediction that I did for that. So I want to know what I did. I know I said the Nuggets, but I just don't know how many. I said Nuggets in 6. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, right there. Nuggets in 6. They may look like a 2, but I just got crappy handwriting. And now let's go see what's been going on with the... 1 minute. Sorry. Just seeing something real quick because something popped up. Wow. You guys are killing that video. Let's go. So now let's go to our other game. let's tell you the scores about the Los Angeles Lakers and the Phoenix Suns, and then we will get into the details about both games and actually talk about the drama and the stuff that's been happening on social media after both of the games. Let me get another drink of tea. So now we have the Phoenix Suns going up against the reigning champions, Los Angeles Lakers. This game, the Lakers were trying to force a game 7, or are trying to force a game 7, and the Phoenix Suns are trying to close this series out. So let's see what's been going on. Let's see what happened. At the end of the first quarter, I turned the game off. It was 36-14. At one point, it was 44 to 14 or something like that, I think it was, or 49-19. They were down by 40 at some point. I turned it off. I am a Laker fan. I turned it off. I'd had to turn it off. If I didn't, it was just bad. And why am I laggy today? Moving a little bit. Am I still... Am I laggy for you guys? Because I'm getting text messages that I am from 2 people now. So, thank you. Now we go to the Phoenix Suns going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Like I said, this is a must win, and I turned the game off at 30 at the end of the first quarter. Lakers tried to come back, wasn't enough. Final score was 113-100. The Phoenix Suns destroyed the Lakers in every aspect of the game yesterday. Wasn't even fun. The Lakers thought they could come back, but no, they really couldn't. They just got your hopes up for nothing because they weren't coming back. They didn't deserve to win that series. They didn't deserve to force a game 7, honestly, because the Lakers looked like they just didn't even want to play basketball no more. So it looked like honestly, I'm just going to stop talking about the Lakers and just go into what the points are, what people did, because if not, I'll just keep going and ranting about the Lakers, and no one wants to hear about that because. So I'm laggy or I'm not laggy? Because I don't know why. It's not. It's telling me that I'm fine. This is actually the first time it's not actually saying you're laggy. Is it like kicking you guys out? Could it be because I have this open? Let me get that out. Okay. How about now? Am I good now? Like, is it telling you that I'm laggy? Oh, okay. Spilled some tea. Oh, no. Is this so right now it's on and off? It's weird. Is it my mic? So is it me like laggy, like me, or is it my voice? So it's Nick, is it my voice or is it is it me? Like am I like is it my motion, or is it just like me talking like it's like okay. Bet. Thank you, Nick. So let's get into the box score. I forgot what you call this, honestly. I really did. We have Jamison Crowder going for 18 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 8 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 fouls. A great game for him. That is a really good game for him. He's not going to score the most points, but 18 points generated for him, that's a great thing for him. Then we go to McCall Bridges. He had 10 points, 2 fouls, 1 block, 2 steals, 1 assist, 6 rebounds. Could have got a little bit more out of him. He was 1 for 6 from the free throw line or from the 3-point line. It's not really good. 4 for 10 for field goal, so he was at 40%. Not the best. He could have did a little bit better with shooting, but hey, sometimes stuff happens. Now we go to DeAndre Ayton. He didn't have his best performance, but he did have a decent performance. He really didn't. He could have did a lot more. He only had 4 shots. He had 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. He had no blocks, no steals. He had 1 foul, but he had no turnovers. That's a great thing for him. Now we go to Chris Paul. Chris Paul played 29 minutes. He was 0 for 3 from behind the 3-point line. He had 8 points, 4 fouls, 1 turnover, and he had 12 assists, though, so he did put up his game for the assists. He was a playmaker yesterday. He set up his teammates. That's something that you need to do if you're not having your best day with shooting. So he set his teammates up. And now we go to Devin Booker, who was on fire. He literally was walking on fire. He was just on fire. Like, he was shooting. He had 6 threes in the first quarter. 6 threes in the first quarter. He ended with 8, so he only had 2 more for the rest of the game, but he only shot 10 of them. So he knew his shot. He didn't go forcing threes when he's feeling it. He didn't force it like some players would. Go out there, hit 6 threes in the first quarter. He would go shoot more. They would have like 15 threes. He had 10. He was 8 for 10. He was at 80%. That's an amazing stat line for him. 8 for 10 for 3-point, 15 for 22 on field goals, 9 for 9 from the free throw line. He had 2 fouls, ended with 3 turnovers. Not that bad. He had 1 block, 0 steals, 3 assists, and 11 rebounds. He had a double-double. Great game for Devin Booker. He put the Suns on his back. He was not allowing the Lakers to force a game 7. So he won this game in a way for the Suns. And also, what a game. What a series for Devin Booker. Wow. Now we go to the bench to see what's been going on with the bench. We have Frank Kaminsky, and one of you guys remember him. He went to Wisconsin. Frank the Tank. I think you guys probably remember if you watched college basketball back in the day. In 7 minutes played, he had 2 points. He had 3 rebounds and 4 assists, 2 blocks. What a game for him. Then Craig, he had 3 points, but he had 3 turnovers, so not a good game for him. Cameron Payne came off the bench with 7 points, 3 blocks, 1 assist, and 1 rebound. And Johnson came off the bench too. He had 10 points, the most points coming off the bench. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Great game for him. Great overall game all around for the Phoenix Suns, obviously, because they just destroyed the reigning champions. So, yeah, they had a great game. Lakers, they suck. Okay, we go in to the Lakers stat line now. Anthony Davis, or if you ask Charles Barkley, his nickname is Anthony Street Clothes Davis because that's what he's always wearing because he's always injured. He's always in street clothes because he's always injured. Played 5 minutes, got injured again, went back to the street clothes. Now we go to LeBron James because we're just going to do it in order because we're making this one fast because ain't no really want to hear about the Lakers because they suck. And we go to LeBron James with 41 minutes, 3 for 10 for 3-pointers. He had another game where he just wants to pass the ball a lot. I get you want to get your team involved, but when you have a nice lane, go in, go, shoot, drive the lane. You are LeBron James. You're a specimen. Go. Don't just keep passing the ball. I know, get your team involved. Look like you don't want to be the LeBron. Like, let's go. But we will stop talking about that. We have 29. He had 29 points, 7 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers, 1 foul. And Anthony Davis, I've got to say, he had a triple single. No, he didn't even have a triple single. He had a double single because he had 1 assist and 1 rebound. He had no points, so you can't say triple single because triple single is single points. He had nothing. He had double. He had a double single. And now we go to Marc Gasol. Played 18 minutes. He had only 1 shot. He had 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 block, and no points, and 4 fouls. So he didn't do anything. He really, yes, 7 assists, but 3 rebounds and 3 rounds. He had no points. If you're a big man, you have to get some points. You are Our two big men our two starting big men. Yes, Anthony Davis got injured. Our two starting big men did nothing. Kuzma came off the bench. Our other big man, he had 2 points. Morris, the other power forward, had 16 minutes. He had 2 points too. Your big man has to score. If you're coming off the bench, when your best big man goes out with an injury, Marcus Saul, you got to step up. Kuzma, step up. Harrell, step up. Harrell only played 8 minutes. He had 2 points. Literally, all together, our big men had 6 points, and they were all by 2 points. Every single big man had 2 points except for the starters. On the bench, it was just an embarrassment, honestly. Caldwell Pope actually did pretty well. He had 19 points, 3 rebounds. Not that bad. Schroeder, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Not bad for him. Gasol should have had at least 10 points. Yes, he had 7 assists, but he's a big man. Big men should not be getting assists like that. Especially the way Gasol plays. But what can I say? Well, he don't. Looked like LeBron this last night. It was bad, honestly. It seemed like the whole Laker team in general did not want to be playing. The Laker team in general this last night did not look like they wanted to play the first whole half. The second half, the third quarter, they did kind of come back. But in the fourth quarter, everything went back to normal, it seemed like. So I just think that seems just like the Lakers. They just didn't have what they want. They just didn't look good, honestly. They didn't look like the Stanley Cup champ. They didn't look like the champions that they were last year. They didn't look like the team. It was embarrassing to be a Laker fan. Or a basketball fan in general, just because it's your reigning champions. You do not want to see your reigning champions getting blown out by 40 points in the first half and only scoring 14 in the first half. It is embarrassing if you are an NBA fan or if you're a sports fan in general. It's like saying, last night what I saw is say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for NFL, the first, in the playoffs, the first game, the first round, whoever they play, get blown out by 60. That's what it felt. That's what it was like watching last night. It felt like it was just utterly disgusting, honestly. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about the game last night, the Lakers versus Suns game last night? It just was bad. I don't even know, honestly. So the Phoenix Suns, let's get back in. So the Phoenix Suns are going up against the Denver Nuggets in the second round. And that series is going to be a great series because both these teams, especially what I saw from last night from both of these two teams, that's a great thing for them. Are you guys excited for the Denver Nuggets versus Phoenix Suns series? Who do you guys got in that series? Do you have the Nuggets or the Suns? You guys got the Nuggets or the Suns? Let me know. I want to know. The only series that we're waiting on now is the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Could we have both LA teams eliminated? That would be huge. That would really be huge. Do you think after you're done, let me know what you guys think about the Nuggets or Sun? Tell me who you got, or if you think it's going to be a good game, a good series. Also, while you're thinking about that, I'm going to say this because I want to say it. I have to say it kind of. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot. And also, hit that like button too. It would mean a lot. Thank you. If you did those two things, if you did one of them, thank you. I appreciate you. Either one helps. Hit that like button. Helps out a lot. But let's get back into talking about the NBA playoffs. So we're waiting on the Dallas Mavericks versus the Los Angeles Clippers to series to be finished. It's right now the Dallas Mavericks are leading the series 3-2. So if the Dallas Mavericks win the next game, which I believe is tonight, and is the only NBA game on tonight because all the other games are done, all the other series are over. So, I mean, if you think about it, honestly, it's going to be a great game for ESPN or NBA or who has it. What do you guys know what channel it's on? What channel that game is on? Okay, it is on ESPN. It's on at 9 o'clock. And the Clippers are at Dallas. The Clippers are 2.5-point favorites. That's actually surprising that the Mavericks are not the favorite in this. That's surprising, to be honest, that the Dallas Mavericks aren't favorites in that. And then we go to, so my bad, someone commented on the newest video. But I think personally, I do believe that I want to say the Mavericks are going to beat the Clippers. I want to see Mavericks move on because I think Luka deserves this series win of how much he's put in. He deserves that because he's been grinding out hardcore. So I do think that he deserves to move on. I do believe that, and I hope that he can pull this game out tonight. That's my hope, is that they do that. And then now let's go into let's talk about the Lakers in a way. What do you guys think the Lakers do now? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Lakers are going to go sign somebody? What do you think the Lakers need to do? Do you think the Lakers just need rest at this point? Because last year they didn't get a big break between the bubble and go back into the season. Do you think that's what tampered their season? Do you think maybe LeBron's just getting a little bit too old? Do you think age is catching up to LeBron? What are you guys thinking? Honestly, I just don't know. Honestly, I think that there needs to be something because it looked like the team. I got nothing for that one, Nick. That was. I gotta agree. Look up their Nick, if you want to look up something cool, look up their old jerseys. Their old jerseys. I don't know. I can pull them up if you want me to. I can pull them up on my phone and show you if you want me to, because they're pretty cool. But I think it'll be better if you look them up. They're pretty cool. They got the rainbow with the skylines. Pretty dope. But yeah, I believe that. I mean, so think about basketball. So it isn't because of it is, but it isn't. Nowadays, I gotta say, back in the older days, like in the 80s, 90s, it wasn't. Now as technologies has improved, and the players have gotten better. Teams go young. Look at the Suns. The oldest player they have is Chris Paul, and Crowder is pretty old. Not old, but he's up there. So I think maybe LeBron is getting a little bit. Maybe age is catching up, but I also do think that they not have enough rest in between periods? Because if you think about it, the only team that were out of the final four teams that made it, that were in that were left in the bubble, were the Nuggets, Celtics, the Heat, and Lakers. The Nuggets are the only team that have moved on after the first round. The other three are out in the first round. One of them got swept. Other one got destroyed. And the Lakers, they just collapsed. Do I think that LeBron age is catching up? I have my I do think age may be catching up at this point now. Because or he just didn't I really do not know because LeBron he didn't just he has I think it was 3 years ago or something like that. People were saying LeBron was done. And then he came up the next year and he dominated. He won the championship now with the Lakers with the Clippers or the Cavaliers. But I do think that I don't know. Let me 1 minute. Let me see. Let me get somebody. Hold up. Please hold. So, do you think so in the chat he asked a great question. Is 36 old for a pro player? We're talking about LeBron James. And what I'm saying is LeBron is age catching up to LeBron, or do you guys think that it was the bubble that they didn't get enough time to rest? Because LeBron didn't look like himself last night, honestly. You guys didn't think about he really didn't kind of look like himself. What do you guys think? Do you think that it was age, or do you think that it was something else? It's honestly, I don't really know. I would say yes, but I would say yes. You're right. He hasn't been the same. And since his quad he hurt too, or something like that. He hurt in the beginning of the year. He hurt something on his or was that last year? Trying to think. But no, it didn't the Lakers didn't look like, honestly, they didn't want him to be out there. Or is that just me? Did the Lakers not look like? Okay, that was this year's the ankle. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like LeBron puts all this money into him. What is going on? With LeBron? Why is he every year he's out with an injury? He puts that much money. He puts millions of dollars into his rehab. I know he's so explosive and he's 36 years old, but it's just you put that much money in, but I know you can't control injuries. I'm an athlete. I know you can't control injuries. I do know that, so don't start coming at me in the chat. I know that injuries can pop up like that, and you can't control it. But yeah, you're right. It didn't look like they practiced. It looked like they were just out there going through the motion. They did not look like the Lakers that we all know. Yes, AD was out, but the Lakers have been out in the season. They were without AD, without LeBron, and they still won games. It just looked like they weren't a team. They looked like they were all for them, and it was just not a great game, honestly. It was just one of those games where the last two games for the Lakers were just one of those games that it was embarrassing. My other thing is, so now going into the Trailblazers in a way, Dame Lillard last night posted on Instagram and said a Nipsey quote. I forgot what the Nipsey quote was. Dang it. 1 minute. I got to find the quote because I forgot it. Was it this? Where is it? If you guys seen the quote too, let me know. So it was kind of little. Where is Damian Lillard from? I really, where is he from? I really forgot. If you know where Damian Lillard is from, let me know, please. I'm trying to find this thing. It was like a quote that literally made me stop and like just was like, whoa. Saved. Did I save it? Nope. Didn't save it. Dang it. Did I save it on this one? I'm just trying to find the quote because I want you guys to hear it. But I can't find it. It's weird. I don't know why I can't find this. Maybe it was popped up on here. So, going into this now, do you guys think... Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you. My brain... Like, thank you. Thank you, Josh. That was smart. Why did I not think of that? Okay. He said, how long should I be dedicated? How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation? By quote from Nipsey Hussle. So, is Damian Lillard going to stay with Portland? So a lot of rumors. Like once he posted that, as we all know, social media exploded. Like it does all the time with stuff like this. Does this mean Lillard's out? I didn't think Lillard was a free agent yet. And where do you guys think, if Damian Lillard leaves, where do you think Damian Lillard's going to go? Do you think it will be Lakers or Clippers? Do you think it will be somewhere else? I was thinking maybe... I'm trying to think. Like, where do you guys see Damian Lillard going if they move Damian Lillard? If Damian Lillard leaves Portland, where do you guys think he would go? What team? I think, like, I couldn't see him going to the Heat. Couldn't see him going to the Hornets. They don't need him. Warriors don't need him. What other team? Let's think. Kings, they won't trade him to the Kings. Memphis don't need him. Or do you think maybe... can you guys imagine Dame Lillard and Ja Morant together? Imagine that duo. Imagine Dame Lillard and Ja together. Put together wrong. Imagine that duo. Imagine that duo together, Dame Lillard and Ja Morant together. That would be... Do you think that would be... Because I don't know if, Josh, if you're still in here, me and you, we talked about this 2 days ago, I believe. We said that the Grizzlies need one more person or one more star, one more veteran. Do you think that if they pick up Dame Lillard, do you think that will help them a lot more than... Do you think Dame... But I don't know if Dame and Ja would mesh well together. That's the only thing. I'm trying... That's a good... Josh, I don't know if you're here, but do you think that... I know me and you talked about this last time, Josh. We talked about the Grizzlies picking up somebody else, like another star. Imagine they picked up Dame Lillard. Do you think that would... Do you think that would be a good duo, Ja and him? I think so. I think it would be, but the only thing I would be is... Only problem is that they're not... I don't really know because I'm trying to think because... Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Like Dame is too much. That's what I was just saying in my head. Like Dame's too much involved. He wants the ball so much. Yes, and it's Ja teams, and if they put someone, you got to. That's a great point. If they put another person on the team, then it kind of going to hurt Ja's confidence and morale of the team, stuff like that. So, yeah, you got a point. So now what, like, do you think that Dame Lillard is too much of a player that wants the ball, that he would struggle with going to? Do you think he would be better suited with the team that he is the star, or do you think he would go well with another star? Say he goes to the Lakers, LeBron and AD. Do you think that he would mesh well? Do you not think? Do you think that he wouldn't mesh well? What do you got? What do you think? What do you guys think? That's what I'm saying. Imagine him on the Lakers. But that's what I'm saying. Do you think that Dame would mesh well with them? Or do you think that he would want the ball too much? Yeah. Because if you think about it, that, you have Dame Lillard, LeBron, and AD. If you then people can be like, well, the Nets, they don't lose. Well, the Nets, if you think about it, they don't. KD is a big man, but he's not like AD. AD's like got muscle. He's got like stuff where he can back you down. KD, he has it, but he's not like AD. AD's actually he was taught how to play post, but he can do both. And then you go out, you want to guard, who are you going to guard? Okay, you're going to guard Dame Lillard. Okay, who's got LeBron? Do you think LeBron, okay, so that goes to another question. LeBron is just pass first. Do you think that LeBron was too pass heavy in this whole series against the Suns? As I really do think so. I think there was times where he could have not passed it, and I feel like he was just passing it just to pass it sometimes, and it was kind of annoying me at some points. It was like he would go and then he would just pass the ball when he didn't really have to. And I feel like he was trying to pass it too much when we needed, like the Lakers needed those moments where LeBron could take over the game. LeBron will take the game over. That we all know LeBron is going to take a game over. We needed that. Lakers needed that a couple times, but it seemed like he would just pass the ball out. And I understand you want to get your teammates involved, and he probably, maybe he was thinking about his stats or something. Maybe he wants to go up there because he is like number one in a lot of things for the playoffs. Maybe he wanted to get more assists to pat his lead or something like that. But it kind of hurt the Lakers more than it helped the Lakers with him passing the ball, especially with AD out, because he is the best scorer on the team. Even without AD. All right, do you guys think who's the better scorer, LeBron or AD? I think I'm gonna have to say LeBron's the better scorer, honestly. Like AD, he's more. AD is a scorer, but LeBron can go in the paint, but he can go out. He's three. He's always struggled kind of with the three, though. Oh, yeah, I agree. I'd say LeBron, too. One thing is, like, yeah, LeBron. What am I thinking? I'm just like, so this goes into my next. So, like, we're still in basketball, but what do you guys' reaction? Because I was going to talk about this yesterday, and I know that this is kind of late news. What do you think about Coach K, him retiring? What are you guys' reaction to that? Do you guys think that he's going to go out winning, or do you think that he's going to go out with a losing record, or what do you guys think what's going to happen with him, and what is your reaction to him retiring after this season? But you got a new head coach too. The Tar Heels got a new head coach. Did they announce? They announced who the new head coach is, right? For North Carolina. I forgot. What do you guys think though about Coach K, do you think he's going to have a good season last season? Or do you think that he should have? Honestly, I am a Duke fan for college basketball. I am. And I do feel like this one is kind of one of those ones where, yeah, I agree with that. He's in the world too because of, you think about in the Olympic stage too, because he was the Olympic head coach. So he won a couple gold medals. But the thing is, I feel like they have to win. Do you guys think that so now with him retiring after this year, the only big coach in the ACC that I think is, tell me if I'm wrong, because Pitino, he's gone. Williams, North Carolina, retired this year. K is going to leave. So Boeheim is the only one left. How long do you think it is till he retires? And then so that brings into another question is, do you think the ACC is going to go through a rebuild stage in a way with the new coaches coming in? Do you because now all the old coaches are like Coach K, Williams, Pitino's gone, all these older coaches, and now younger coaches with new styles, new stuff, new things are coming in. Do you think that the ACC, because it's mostly ACC if you think about it, do you think that there will be different, do you think that there will be a difference in play? What do you guys think? Do you think this will help or hurt the programs? These Williams retiring, Coach K retiring. Me personally, I kind of like it because it's bringing in new things. It's helping people, it's showing people new stuff too, new. It's not the same old Coach K. Yes, I know Coach K is a legend. Yeah, because Williams handed it, and then Coach K. Do you think Coach K is going to hand it to one of his assistants, or do you think Duke's going to go get somebody so do you think Coach K is going to have someone, Coach K is going to say who to hire? I think Coach K is going to say who to hire just because it's Coach K. He did already give it to his assistant? Oh, I didn't even see that. I really didn't even see that. Well, that's how he handled. Okay, so Duke don't even know their coach. So now we go into another team that needs a new head coach, the Boston Celtics. Yeah, former player. It's pretty smart too. Imagine I'm trying to think for Duke. Who'd be a good player that's playing right now? That would be a good coach, when he retires. JJ Redick maybe a pretty good coach in the future. But going to the Celtics now, Danny stepped down. Brad Stevens goes up to the president spot. Celtics now looking for a new head coach. What do you guys think who do you think is going to be the new head coach for the Boston Celtics? Not a bad Frank Vogel to the Celtics. I don't know. I don't know if the Lakers are going to get rid of Vogel yet, just because the bubble. They didn't get a long time to rest up LeBron. But then again, LeBron, if you think about it, LeBron went to how many consecutive championships? I know it was a little bit shorter than normal, but he's used to not having that long of a break. But I don't really know with that. That situation with Frank Vogel, I think that he's going to stay one more year, give him one more year to say they go pick up Damian Lillard, like we were talking about earlier, me and Josh. That would be probably, I don't want to say that would cement them as champions, because we all said that when the Nets went and picked up them, we cemented them. But they've had their struggles, the Nets, here and there, and we got to see what they do against the Bucks. But I don't know. I think that would be a great team if they pick up Dame Lillard. Only thing is, what are they going to do with Schroeder? my shooter's gone. He didn't re-sign the contract. So, I mean, not a bad thing right there. Take up Damian Lillard. But then with the Celtics now, will the Celtics go and try to go get a big free agent? Will Brad Stevens go out and get a big free agent? And the new head coach, I think personally it should be Becky Hammon, the Spurs assistant. I think that would be a great pickup for them. Can't afford Lillard. Yeah, you're right. They can't. But if they get rid of Schroeder and say they get rid of Kuzma, they would have some cap space right there. But I mean, if you think about it, if the Nets can afford what they did, then I think the Lakers can afford it too. But then he's owed $190 million. Damn. That's a lot of money. Lakers do not got that. Okay, so that's off the board. Josh, I think that Lakers aren't going to be able to pick up Damian Lillard because they owe him 190 mil. So I think that's off the table now, Josh. So we got to think about who's got cap space. That's where Lillard, you got to think about who's got cap space now. That goes into now. I didn't know about that he's owed 190 million. So now that goes into that where then now people have to look at for cap space and stuff like that. So, but that's something that we're not going to get into this one because that's a lot of work, and I don't have. That's a lot of work and all of looking up stuff, and I don't want to do that. I'll look it up later, but not on live. But do you guys like that? Like what I said with Becky Hammon, I think that's how you say her last name, being the next Celtics head coach. I think it would be not a bad pickup because if you hear from people in the Spurs organization, Tim Duncan is praising her. You have all these Popovich praising her. The players that play for the Spurs are praising her. So she's a pretty good coach, they say. So do you think that she would be a good fit for the Celtics next head coach, or do you think that she should be given a shot? I think she should. I really think she should. I'm saying this because what people are talking about. Ooh, I really forgot he was a coach. I really forgot, Sam. Forgot about that one. I'm trying to think of who else is on there. Maybe Coach K's retiring to go with the Celtics job. Just kidding. He's not doing that. I don't really know. People are saying Kevin Garnett, but I cannot see Kevin Garnett as a coach at all. I cannot see that ever happening. Trying to think. Paul Pierce not doing it. He's doing his own thing. Ray Allen, heck no. Trying to think if there's any other coaches too. I mean, that's something that I'll start looking into, and that would be a better topic. So, but now let's get into some baseball. Let's get into some baseball talk. We had a good amount, or let's go to hockey quickly because there was games yesterday, so I do want to talk about the series real quick. What happened? We had the Tampa Bay Lightning going up against the Carolina Hurricanes. Tampa Bay Lightning are up 2-0 in the series, and going into the game 3, they were up 2-0 in the series. Carolina, it was a must win for the Hurricanes. Since if they didn't win, then that means that they're going to be down 3-0, and I don't think that they would be ever able to come back after being down 3-0. So now going into not bad. I was fixing that. Now going into the Hurricanes versus Lightning. At the end of the first period, it was 0-0. Going into the second, both teams scored 2 goals. And third period was scoreless, so this game headed to overtime, and Jordan Staal deflects an OT winner to give the Hurricanes Game 3 and their first win of the series. And it's 2-1 now. Tampa Bay is up by only one game. It would be amazing if the Hurricanes can win the next game, because that means that's 2 games they've won back-to-back. But as you can see, if you win 2 games back-to-back, it kind of doesn't matter because the Tampa Bay Lightning did that too, and they lost after the second win. So the series is tied 2-1. I am excited for this series. This series, I said, is probably going to be a great series. I think, honestly, all of the series are going to be good except for maybe one. Maybe the Avalanche versus Golden Knights is going to be the only series that isn't that good. And 2, we have the second game that was on. We had the Boston Bruins going up against the New York Islanders. Going into this game, it was going into Game 3. The series was tied 1-1. And wow, what a game. At the end of the first period, it was 1-0. The Boston Bruins were up. Second period, same score, Bruins 1-0. Then we go to the third. I almost said the bottom of the third, went to baseball almost. We go to the third period. The Islanders tie the game back up, and we go to overtime. We had 2 overtime games yesterday in hockey. I'm loving it. NHL playoffs are probably one of the best professional playoffs. I think it is the best professional playoffs because it's just so competitive. But the Bruins in overtime, Marchand gets a beautiful goal that gives the Bruins the game. Bruins beat the Islanders 2-1 at the Islanders' home. So the Bruins have the series lead now 2-1. This series is looking like it's going to be a battle back and forth between these 2 teams. And today, the games we have on for hockey, we have the Montreal Canadiens going up against the Winnipeg Jets, and it's at the Bell MTS Palace in Winnipeg, Canada. I don't know what MB is. And Montreal is leading the series 1-0. And the Jets, Canadians may be getting some revenge on the Jets for that hit that Scheifele put on Evans. We'll have to wait. That's a game that you may want to tune into because it's going to be violent. It's going to be very, very physical. And now we go to the other game that's on at 10 o'clock on NBCSN. We have the Colorado Avalanche going up against the Las Vegas Golden Knights and T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Right now, Colorado is up in the series 2-0. So will the Golden Knights take Game 3 to make it a 2-1 series, or will the Avalanche prevail and make it a 3-0 series and basically kind of close the door on the Golden Knights? I'm hoping that the Avalanche do, because I kind of do like the Avalanche. They're kind of like my closet team. Kind of like I don't really say that, but I really do. I know I have a Golden Knights shirt, but it's from actual T-Mobile Arena. My mother went there for a trip, so she picked me up a nice shirt with the Golden Knights. Pretty nice. It's kind of sparkly too. Not like sparkly, but it's kind of like their logo naturally has common sparkles. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a great series there because they went to overtime, but I do think the Avalanche are going to pick up that game and win. So now we go to baseball. We have some big things going on in baseball. Yesterday, we'll go through the scores first, and then we will get into stats. Because we had a good amount. And then we also had our first we have our All-Star ballots are open. And yeah, this is pretty good. So let's get into it. Let's go through the scores that happened yesterday. We have the Boston Red Sox going up against the Houston Astros. And the Boston Red Sox have not beat the Houston Astros in this series so far. In this 3-game series that they are at in Houston. They have lost the 2 games before. Now going to the Game 3. The Red Sox, they do kind of got to win this game. And Perez on the mound, he had a great game. 7.2 innings pitched with only 6 hits and a 0 ERA. We go to the top of the second. Red Sox strike first, 3 runs. And top of the 7th, 2 more runs, make it 5-0. And then the bottom of the 9th, Gurriel hits a solo home run to give the Astros at least a run to not get shut out to make it a 5-1 game. So the Boston Red Sox beat the Houston Astros 5-1. I just really wanted to give details on that because it was a pretty good game. And now we go to the Washington Nationals going up against the Atlanta Braves. And we have the Atlanta Braves beating the Washington Nationals 5-1. And this is a big win for the Atlanta Braves because if they didn't win this, that means they would have been, I believe, swept by the Nationals in this series. So it's a big, big pickup win for them. And it helps them in their standings, which we will get into after the scores. And then we go to the Tampa Bay Rays taking on the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees have beaten the Tampa Bay Rays 2 games, the last 2 games, which were yesterday and the day before. And now the Tampa Bay Rays take game 3 and beat the New York Yankees 9-2. Wow, what a great, explosive game for the Tampa Bay Rays. Now we go to the Texas Rangers, who are on a 8-game losing streak. And they're playing against the Colorado Rockies. And the Colorado Rockies put on a lot of runs. It is 11-6. Colorado Rockies beat the Rangers. The Rangers fall to their 9th straight loss. And it is a 15th straight road loss for the Rangers. The Rangers right now are not looking good. They are struggling hardcore. They have not won a away game in 15 games. Wow. In 15 away games, they have not won. That is terrible. But we go to our next game. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Miami Marlins. The Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Miami Marlins 5-3. What a game. Oops, went up. And then we have the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks despite the Arizona Diamondbacks having 13 hits. Milwaukee Brewers beat them 7-4. And Yelich used a new bat and regained the power stroke that he's been missing. He had a game. What did he have? I don't know. It won't show up. And we go to the Detroit Tigers taking on the Chicago White Sox. And the Chicago White Sox beat the Detroit Tigers 4-1. And then we go to the Minnesota Twins taking on the Kansas City Royals. The Kansas City Royals beat the Minnesota Twins 5-6. Or 6-5. I'm sorry, I said that backwards. And then we go to the Cincinnati Reds taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. And the Cincinnati Reds beat the St. Louis Cardinals 4-2. What a game. And Gutierrez for the Reds gets his first career win. He is 1-1 on the year now. And then we go to the Seattle Mariners taking on the Los Angeles Angels. And the Seattle Mariners beat the Los Angeles Angels 6-2. And Fraley's hit his first big home run that helps lift Mariners over the Angels. And then we go to the Chicago Cubs taking on the San Francisco Giants. What a game. Both two teams that have been on a good tear the last couple of games. And the San Francisco Giants put a whole lot of runs and put a stop to the Cubs. 7-2, the Giants beat the Cubs. And wow, that's a big win for the Giants. This just keeps the Giants keep on rolling. Wow. And then we go to our last game, probably the best game of the day. We have the San Diego Padres going up against the New York Mets, and the San Diego Padres beat the New York Mets 4-1 or 4-3. I apologize. And we will get into the home run battle in a minute. We're going to talk about the standings real quick. What's going on with the standings? We do every day. We're going to talk about this every day. Tampa Bay Rays are still in first place in the American League East. And The Red Sox are 2 games back again, or still, and the New York Yankees now fall to 2.5 games back of the Boston Red Sox. And the Orioles are 16 games back from first place, even though they're on a 2-game win streak. This is bad, I guess. Then you got the Chicago White Sox still ahead, but now they're up by 3 games. The Kansas City Royals are 5 games back now from the White Sox. The Tigers are still 1 game ahead of the Twins for last place in the American League Central. We go to the American League West. The Houston Astros are 1 game behind the Oakland Athletics. The Texas Rangers are on a 9-game losing streak. In their last 10, they are 1-9, obviously. And they are only 4 games back from the Los Angeles Angels. And I've got to tell you guys that the Kansas City Royals are on a 4-game winning streak. Good for them. And then we go to the National League East. National League East, we have the New York Mets in first place by 3.5 games. We have the Atlanta Braves 3.5 games back, obviously, because I just said that. And then we have the Philadelphia Phillies a half a game back from the Braves, who are in second place. And there are 4.5 games back from first place, who are the New York Mets. And the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals are still tied with a 6-6 game, or 6 games back. Hey. And the Miami Marlins are on a 6-game losing streak. Wow. And then we go to the National League Central. The Chicago Cubs are 1.5 games ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals are on a 2-game losing streak. The Milwaukee Brewers are in third place, but they are a half game back of the Cardinals and 2 games back of the Cubs. And then we go to the Cincinnati Reds, who are in fourth, or 6 games back from the Cubs, who are in first place, and 4 games back from the Brewers. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are 10.5 games back from first and 4.5 games back from the Reds. Then we go to the last division, probably not the best, the second best division in MLB baseball this year. We have the San Francisco Giants in first place by a game over the San Diego Padres. And then we have the San Diego Padres ahead of the Dodgers by 1 game. And the Dodgers are 2 games behind the San Francisco Giants. And we have the Colorado Rockies, who are on a 4-game winning streak, but they are 12.5 games back from first place, who are the San Francisco Giants, and they are 10.5 games back from third place, who is the Dodgers. And then we have to go to the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Arizona Diamondbacks are 16 games back from the Giants, and they are 3.5 games back of the Colorado Rockies. So not looking good for them. The Colorado Rockies are on a 4-game winning streak. The longest winning streak seems to be 4 games, and it's a tie between the Royals and the Rockies right now. So that is your scores from baseball for yesterday. And now we go to the home run battle, because we did have something happen last night. We have a tie for first place now. 1 minute, yawning. We have a tie for first place now. Another person has been added into the 17 home run club for first place. We have Ronald Acuna Jr. still with 17 home runs. Vladimir Guerrero with 17 home runs. And then we have our newest member, Fernando Tatis Jr. with only 40 games played. He has 17 home runs already in only 40 games. What? Wow. And so that is your top 3 now. There is a 3-way race now. And Garcia is still with 16. He is alone now in 4th place. And Shohei Ohtani is still alone in 5th place with 15 home runs. Will we see one of the guys get up there? Will we see will Garcia tie back up and get back up into the tie first place? Will Acuna get another home run? Will Guerrero get a home run? Will Tatis get another one and keep destroying? We'll have to see. I cannot wait. This home run battle is amazing this year. I hope you guys are excited for that, as I am. And also, I want to say this. That video I posted last night, wow. You guys are killing it. You guys are just destroying that video. I can't believe how good that video is doing. In less than 12 hours, it has done numbers. It has done things that I have not seen in my whole YouTube and streaming and all this stuff. In less than 12 hours, it had 57 views. Yes, that's because some people that be that a lot, but wow. And as of right now, it is at 75 views. Wow. In, let's see how many hours. In 13 hours and 4 minutes, it's at 75 views, you guys. What? Thank you. Just thank you guys for that. That means a lot. I mean, I appreciate that a lot. It means that you guys are liking that, and thank you. Like, wow. And we have more videos coming out soon. We're gonna have probably my preview for the the second round. We're gonna get the Bucks versus the Nets out probably later tonight. I'm hoping to get that out later tonight. Then who else is playing? Who is the number 1 seed? The 76ers are going up against the Atlanta Hawks. That video, we're gonna get the East out probably first, and then we'll get the West, because the West is still not fully decided. We have to get the Mavericks versus the Clippers in there. But let alone when we're gonna also have we're gonna have NHL, because we're gonna have to do a review once the second round's over, but that will probably be more likely next week. And I know that F1 talks has tailed off. We do have another F1 talk, but I'm just thinking maybe the F1 talks may be going a little bit away for right now. I do like them, but they are a hard video to do because it's one of those videos that you kind of want to have video with it, like to show you guys. So that is the only problem, that I can't do that yet. I don't know fully how to yet. I'm still learning. But we got a lot of videos. We still have a surprise video probably coming next week. We're gonna have more. We're gonna still have some prediction and preview videos coming like normally, because we're in the playoffs. And I know that this is probably videos that you probably guys may be getting sick of, but it's something that's going on. We have the NHL, we have basketball, we have college baseball starting in an hour. We have all this stuff. So you kind of have to have preview videos and like prediction videos. We will be doing regular videos sooner or later talking about like the no-hitters in baseball. Like I've said that a couple times. The San Francisco Giants, talk about the Lakers, that maybe a Laker video will come out, or maybe something like this videos that people like can sit back and watch and like learn stuff, and it'd be better for all, like better once we get past the prediction videos. And also I'm going to say this too, that new video, the college baseball one, it's not the best one to watch. It's one that you want to listen to. It's one that you want to listen to. It's a good listening one. There's not a lot of stuff going on in the watching part of the video. Like it's not really much, but it's a great listening video. You guys should really go watch that too. But I think that is it for this stream today. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Thank you guys for all the comments in the chat. Thank you for staying live in the chat and keeping this going and all your opinions. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys communicating with me. It helps me a lot more than you guys will ever know. Even when we get a lot more people in this, or in you watching this, and we have the chat going a good amount, like people are like typing a lot, I'm still going to look in it. I'm still going to try to read every single one. Not every single one, like if we have a lot, like people are spamming stuff, but like just looking at it and seeing what people are thinking, saying, their opinions. Thank you for watching this stream. I appreciate it. And until next stream, Monday, and we'll get into Monday. We'll talk about stuff about something Monday that may be happening, but not right. We won't say it yet. But until Monday, see you next stream. Remember to watch the new video, and we will be having more videos coming out this weekend. So tune into them and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. And until next time, see ya.